the love that got poured into this place 33 years ago and is continuing to get poured into this place is amazing, and it's palpable. I said that almost right. But I'm sure you feel it. So thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for putting your energy into this place as well. So let's, with that in mind, let's affirm our 2023 affirmation. I am prosperous and free in 2023. Freedom. That's the title of my talk today, is Yearning to be Free. And as we approach our 237th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence signing, is our freedom at risk? How free do you feel? That's what we're going to be exploring a little later. But right now, let's go to prayer. And as we close our eyes, let us turn inward and open our hearts and truly see the world that is before us. Let us see past the illusions of fear and hate and separation, and knowing our true essence, choose to love fearlessly. Guided by compassion, filled with peace, and fueled by the Holy Spirit, may we recognize the divine in its many forms and generously give of ourselves, love unconditionally, and truly be the change we want to see in this world. Let this be the moment that we recognize the divinity in all life. Let this be the moment when we can look into the eyes of a stranger and see the divine. Let this be the moment when we see beyond our petty grievances and reach out to our enemies in love and find a path of reconciliation. Let this be the moment when we courageously look within and know we are too beautiful, too courageous, too powerful, and that we are a powerful manifestation of the divine. Let this be the moment when we allow the Christ Spirit within us to burst free and celebrate in the knowledge of our oneness. Celebrate the love we share in the community we have built. And when we do this, my friends, we are truly free. Amen. Today is a great day. A great day. Namaste. As you know, namaste means the divinity in me greets the divinity in you. So please turn to your neighbors with a namaste.
Namaste, Unity Church. Let's rise to our feet and welcome each other as we sing our welcome song. Welcome home. 2, 3. Welcome home. Come on in. Welcome home. You belong. Welcome home. Come on in. Welcome home. You belong. Welcome home.
We are all welcome here, no matter where we've come from or where we've been. So welcome home. My name is Reverend Faye Ann Schmidt, and it is a joy to serve as your platform assistants. Thank you for having me. On this beautiful day, oh, so nice and warm. Is everybody going to the swimming pool this afternoon? The lake, the ocean, someplace. Let's affirm Unity Church for Creative Living mission statement. Please recite it with me. Centered in God, we provide a spiritual sanctuary that enriches and empowers all we realize divine. Today's word from the daily word is guidance. Our affirmation for today: I seek, trust, and follow my guidance. Our reading, seeking divine guidance, means tuning out information and opinions and turning inward. Then, with an open heart and quiet mind, I can better feel the nudge of my intuition, my inner voice. I receive divine guidance much in the way flowers in a field soak up sunshine. Just as following the sun is innate for them, I have the instinct to trust my inner knowing. Even if my guidance surprises me, I trust it will lead me on the path to my highest good. I follow where I feel called to go. I heed the still small voice within and pay particular attention to the serendipitous circumstances I find along the way. I seek, trust, and follow my guidance. As I do, I deepen my relationship with God, knowing wherever I go, I do not travel alone. Thank you, God, for that. Isaiah 58:11, the Lord will guide you continually. Amen. The women of Unity will meet here in the sanctuary Tuesday, July 18th at 6:30. The UCCL men's group will meet Tuesday, July the 11th at 7 at Ed Boardman's home. He's got a bash plan for everybody there. Yeah. Oh, you got a pool. He's got a bash. Gals, maybe we should go. Potluck Sunday is next Sunday, July 9th, immediately following the service. Please let us know. Plan to sign up on the sheets in the lobby and let us know what you'll be bringing. And there are service opportunities in setting up, breaking down, taking the tablecloths home to be cleaned up, a variety of things, so we can all participate. And following the potluck luncheon, we have a really special workshop, Mind Mapping Your Life Workshop with Reverend Dan Holloway. And here's a brief explanation from Reverend Dan.
Hello, my name is Dan Holloway, and I look forward to sharing with you the workshop Mind Mapping Your Life, where you can discover and express greater clarity, focus, creativity, and balance. For the last 30 years, I've been a mentor, an advocate, and a guide to the many people I've had the good fortune to lead and coach and counsel. Over that time, I've developed a clarity mapping process that provides a visual representation of your thoughts, your ideas, your challenges, and your opportunities in such a way that your next steps become crystal clear. I've used mind maps to prepare Sunday lessons, to write a book, to make major decisions. I've also helped others find clarity and balance in their work, in their relationships, in their goals, and more. I will show you how to do this for yourself so you can improve your life and take action on what is important now. I look forward to seeing you at the Mind Mapping Your Life workshop. See you soon.
Today ends the early bird special, so you can sign up. Registration in the lobby. See Helen after the service, $25. Tomorrow goes up to $35. Our guest speaker today is Ed Boardman. He's a member here of UCCL for the past 24 years. So you're the historian. Is that what they're saying? Ed has served on the Board of Trustees, taught our youth, taught a variety of classes, acted as administrator during the 2 year search for a spiritual leader, and currently is our facility manager. He runs the men's group and serves as platform assistant. Since his retirement in 2008 from Pitney Bowes, he has embarked on a journey to understand, experience the interconnectivity of all life. That's amazing. Ed has explored, studied how to utilize nature's regenerative, collaborative, and healing power to restore our mental, physical health, as well as creating healthy ecosystems that provide real wealth and security for all of our Earth's inhabitants. This has led him to certifications in permaculture design, as well as facilitator certification in the natural systems thinking process, and he is a Florida coastal naturalist. For the past 10 years, Ed has designed and managed the Unity Community Garden, an ecological food forest open to all, developed using permaculture design techniques. He facilitates classes in reconnecting with nature, teaches permaculture design to adults and youth, speaks to groups, and installs gardens. Through the application of the Unity principles and teaching, Ed continues to grow and expand his understanding of God, himself, and his purpose. Before we hear from Ed, Jeremy has a treat for us.
And I'm going to join you in on the treat. Please rise to your feet, and we're going to sing an old Unity classic called I Am Free, I Am Unlimited. Here we go. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free, I am unlimited, right now, right now. I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. I am free.
Thank you, Jeremy, and the Creative Living Band, and everyone here for the energy you put forth. Before I start, it's always an awesome privilege for me to be able to stand up and tell you my thoughts, my feelings, and hopefully share with you something meaningful that you can take with you on your journey today. And I'm especially grateful for this community for the 24 years of all that you've taught me. And when I listen to the bio, I'm surprised at what I've done. You can't look at that picture without having a certain amount of pride, a certain amount of feeling of freedom. The Statue of Liberty, standing proudly in New York Harbor, is an icon, a national treasure, and one of the most recognizable figures in the world, a symbol of freedom, of inspiration, and of hope. An architectural and artistic masterpiece, first conceived by Eduardo Laboulaye, and I apologize, Eduardo, for brutalizing your name. During a luncheon in 1865 with his friends, and moved by the recent abolition of slavery in the U.S., the inspired resolve of the American people, and in recognition of the close ties and alliances between the U.S. and France, he proposed an idea presenting a monumental gift from the people of France to the people of the United States to commemorate that 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. 21 years later, after massive and sometimes very frustrating fundraising efforts by the people of France and by the people of the United States, and with no funds provided by either government, the statue named Liberty Enlightening the World was unveiled. Thousands for the unveiling. Though interesting enough, women were not invited, fearing that they might be harmed. No women. And they were not to be silenced. The women's suffrage movement crashed the party, cutting short the long-winded speeches and letting their voices be heard. Now that's letting freedom ring. On its base is attached a sonnet entitled "The New Colossus," written by Emma Lazarus, and it reads, "Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beaconed hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands at your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuge of your teeming shore, send these homeless tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." Powerful words. Powerful words that we haven't always lived up to the high ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence. Sometimes our ideals haven't matched our actions, but I believe over time we are evolving. And while it doesn't always seem like it, we've come a long way. But we have a long way to go. But we have become more conscious, more tolerant, and more understanding. Our country is unique. We're a melting pot of people from virtually every corner of the world, each bringing with them their unique culture, their own view of the world, with all one common goal: to experience the American experience. And while it sometimes isn't apparent, as our media and politicians often highlight our differences, spin tales that evoke fear and distrust, it's our vast diversity that's our strength, and that makes our country stand alone as a beacon to freedom for the whole world. But is freedom even possible, or is it just an illusion? I was contemplating this the other day while Kelly and I were taking a walk in the neighborhood, and I was lost in thought about this concept of freedom. And as I pondered the idea, I wondered if living in a society, can we be truly free? All societies have rules and laws that govern our behavior and define acceptable and unacceptable behavior. So I asked my resident sage, Kelly, can we be truly free if we live in an HOA that dictates the color of my mailbox, the length of my grass, or the cleanliness of my driveway? Thinking for a moment, she said in her usual brilliance, yeah. Taken aback, I started to argue, but instead I asked, how? She said, it's a choice. What do you mean? They choose to live there. They freely choose to live under the conditions that they're living in, she simply stated. So I said, so what you're telling me is freedom isn't about being able to do anything and everything that I'm compelled to do. It's about having the right to choose how I live and accepting the rules under which I'm governed. Her response, yeah. You can see why I love this woman, huh? With this newfound understanding, I think we need to move beyond the dictionary definition of freedom as the power to act, speak, and think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Because I believe true freedom transcends the desires of the body. Real freedom is choosing our path and then being willing to walk that path. Real freedom is about releasing those things that don't serve us. Real freedom is about letting go of old beliefs, hurts, prejudices that tie us down. The greatest threat to our freedom isn't out there. It's not the people whose skin is a different color than ours, or whose religious beliefs are different than ours. It's not even those whose political beliefs are different than ours. And it's not the gays and transgenders. The greatest threat to our freedom is fear. Fear partnered with judgment and jealousy and anger, resentment, self-doubt, guilt, shame are heavy chains. And I assure you that these thoughts are far greater risk to your freedom, your happiness, and your safety than an illegal immigrant, a Muslim, or a transgender using a bathroom. I'm not saying that there aren't forces out there that are real threats. There are people who are mentally unstable. There are those who are bent on revenge. But the vast majority of the 7 billion people walking this earth at this time are not out to get you. Most just want what you want. To be accepted for who they are, to have a safe place to live and raise their families, to have clean water, to have healthy food, and to be able to walk on a healthy planet. We can't fly like eagles if we're chained and weighted down. And until we find ways to shed these shackles, we rob ourselves the joy and the freedom that is ours. Of course, freedom also means the freedom to remain chained to our fears and insecurities and past mistakes. And I guess some of us feel that's what we deserve. There seems to be some comfort in blaming others for the situations that we feel we find ourselves in. And it frees us from the responsibility for our own actions. But I'm assuming, because you're all here, that that isn't how you feel. Unity isn't for the faint of heart. Unity is about taking responsibility for yourself and recognizing that when we find ourselves in situations we don't like, we have the power and the God-given freedom to change and pursue our dreams. And we know that the universe is always there to support us and to give us what we ask for. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that God is an external presence, a God of rules, that he watches everything we do and then judges what's good and what's bad. And while he really, really loves us, if you disappoint him, you will burn in agony for eternity. We worship this God out of fear. I've come to view the nature of God very differently. The God I see is a powerful creative force that fills every void in the universe. It's an energy that resides in each and every molecule. I love the image that I learned here as God as the ocean, and all life is but a drop of water with. I think it was Reverend Marlene that taught me that one. You cannot be not connected to that creative energy and power. Wayne Dyer once said that we're always connected to Source. For some of us, the connections are a little rusty. And I can truly appreciate that. But when we clean off that rust, the energy flows unabated. If we free ourselves from fear and all its buddies, if we want to free ourselves from fear and all its buddies, we need to look at the beliefs and sources of the beliefs that are imprisoning us. See, we make sense of the world by telling ourselves stories. And I'm willing to bet that each and every belief you hold has a story attached to it. And at its core was an event or events that cemented that story in your brain. You own it. It's funny how tenaciously we hold on to our stories. Even though most of the time the actual fact of the story just turned out to be far from the actual facts of what happened. You know, I read once a little while back that prosecutors are very reluctant to have eyewitnesses testify on the stand because most of the time their testimonies aren't accurate. We fill in the blanks with what we think should be there. Our brains hate missing pieces, so what they do is they fill in the blanks with some random other events that have happened in our life and insert them into the story. Now it makes sense, my brain tells me. It's amazing, isn't it? And what's even more amazing is most of the time we don't even realize it's happening. I know a man whose wife had an affair and left him over 30 years ago. And he, to this day, refuses to even entertain the idea of a new relationship. Instead, he buries himself in romantic comedies and fantasy novels, blaming himself for the breakup, convincing himself that he wasn't good enough, and he somehow deserved to be left. And that story has stuck with him 30 years. We all have those stories that limit us. Our reasoning seems sound, but they're just stories, figments of our imagination that aren't even relevant today. You want to free yourself from the past? Thank you. Wake up. First, you have to realize that it's the past. Secondly, you acknowledge you can't change what happened. You can only change the way you've interpreted the events. Third, you can forgive the people who hurt you or yourself. You did the best you could with the information you had. And finally, if you really want to free yourself from limiting beliefs, retell yourself another story. If you tell yourself, I'm too old, tell yourself, I'm experienced. I'm too tall. I love to be able to see over other people's heads. I'm not smart. I'm brilliant in the things that matter to me. I'm not lovable. I radiate love. After 24 years of listening to our weekly truth messages, after taking many, many classes, studying the Course of Miracles, and reading perhaps over 100 books and videos by spiritual icons such as Emily Cady, Eric Butterworth, Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, and as well as many spiritual mentors that I've met right here. The one lesson that I've learned, it's all in our heads. And the little nursery rhyme, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, I'm not suggesting that life isn't real. This earth is a physical reality. Our bodies and all life are born, live, and die. Events happen, tragedy happens. We feel sometimes deeply profound sadness and sometimes exhilarating joy. Murder is real. Mass homicides are real. So are incredible acts of courage, incredible acts of love. Physical feats that some people can do just boggle my mind. There are heat waves and cold spells and droughts and floods. What is fluid is our perception of these events, the meaning we give to the events, and how we choose to respond. I took a personal development course a while back called Lifestream, and in it there's one affirmation that I keep coming back to, and it's always seemed pretty positive, powerful to me. And one of our founders, George Schleifer, I'd tell you this was one of his favorites. He used to say it every time we got into a situation where we went round and round in circles. And it goes something like this. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Pretty simple, huh? Well, it's that circle of life, I guess. But that's not life. That's existence. We all know people who fit this pattern. Life is a choice. Freedom is a choice. How free you are is totally dependent on what or who you think you are and what you're willing to do to create the world you want to live in. Let me repeat that. How free you are is totally dependent on who you think you are. Life is a choice, and so is freedom. That's the essence of the third unity principle. I create my life experiences by what I choose to think, feel, and believe. In the book Eye of the Storm, which Faye Ann and Bill are currently just starting, I believe, right? There's Gary Simmons, who's the author of it, quotes a poem from the Tao Te Ching written by an older contemporary of Confucius in about 500 BC. And it says, "Men are born supple and soft. Dead, they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead, brittle and dry. Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death, and whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life." True freedom only comes when we can release our preconceived ideas and conditionings and embrace the idea that we are masters of our own destinies. When we accept that we are powerful, creative beings empowered by our Creator, when we embrace the unity guiding principles, when we consciously map out what it is we want to be, and when we release our need for control, hold on for the ride of your life. The universal flow of energy will pick you up and carry you down like a river. It's then that we will begin to see the true power of God in our life, in our world. Now that's freedom. Namaste. And now I invite you to join us as we prepare for meditation.
As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God, with God, with God. As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God, with God, with God, with God, with God.
I invite you now to join me on a journey of possibilities. Sitting comfortably in your seats with your eyes closed, bring your attention to your breath. It is this gentle flow that connects you to spirit, this planet, its rhythm that allows you to go deep and allows you to feel nourished and fed. Each breath, let go of your anger. Let your shame and guilt flow away. Let go of jealousy and the resentment, for they no longer serve you. They no longer have power over you. And as you take a deep breath, gather in all your fears, and with a long exhale, let it all go. Know you are forgiven. And whatever stories you've told yourself that have limited you, release them. You are safe. You are the embodiment of peace. You are surrounded by love, and it flows through this place gently, connecting each of us and enfolding it in its gentle arms. Allow this energy to flow through you, nourishing each cell of your body and revitalizing you. You are love, you are light, you are free, floating in a sea of infinite possibilities. See them, feel them, embrace them, and know they are all within your grasp. Know the choice is yours. And as we move into the silence, feel what it's like to soar with the eagles and to flow in the stream of infinite love and possibilities. And with a deep breath, gently land and feel your feet on the ground, your seat in the chair, and know that when we walk with God, all things are possible. And so it is.
As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God, with God, with God, with God, with God. Right now, God is here for more love we could ever need. Right now, God is here. Open your heart to receive. I open my heart to receive. Right now, deep inside, there's more grace than we could ever need. Right now, deep inside, quiet your mind to be free. I quiet my mind to be free. And the grace is always flowing like the ocean to the shore. When the grace of love is blowing, open the inner door. Ooh, God is here. Ooh, with all we need. Ooh, God is here. Open your heart to receive. with more love than we could ever need. Right now, God is here. Open your heart to receive. Quiet your mind to be free. We open our heart. We open our heart. We open our hearts right now, right now. Ooh, right now.
Thank you for that inspiring music. Thank you. I know that something in this service today has spiritually fed you. I invite you to give to UCCL from the generosity of spirit of the divine within you. There are many ways for you to give to support this ministry: our website, our Facebook page, the Tidely app, and snail mail. If you'd like to set up a reoccurring tithe, you can easily do so on our website or Tidely app. And kudos to those of you who have already done so. We appreciate your efforts, and thank you. For those of you here, we will be passing the basket. Remember, this is your church. The more generously and open-heartedly we give, the more we have at our disposal to share. With that in mind, I invite you to take your gift that you have to share, fill it with the love in your hearts, and affirm with me the offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am richly blessed. Thank you, God. So it is. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We are blessed. We have a prayer box here in our sanctuary. Just slip your prayer request into the box, and know that our prayer chaplains pray over all the prayers that are submitted in the box for a month, and then they're sent to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over for another 30 days. Bill Warfel is our prayer chaplain on duty today and will be available for prayer after this service. You can find Bill in the lobby. We would like to acknowledge those of you who are here for the first time, and if you're here for the first time, please raise your hand, and our ushers will welcome you with a gift. Anybody? Okay. Remember, the Women of Unity will meet here in the sanctuary Tuesday, July 18th at 6:30. If you have not come to any of the meetings, please do. We have a lot of fun. The UCCL Men's Group, Ed Boardman, Tuesday, July 11th at 7 p.m. Hey, and Potluck Sunday is next Sunday, July the 9th, immediately after the service. And after the service, we are going to be having a Mind Mapping Your Life workshop with Reverend Dan Holloway. Early bird special, $25, ends today, so sign up today. Tomorrow the cost goes up to $35. See Helen Sylvester in the lobby or register on our website. Please stay after the fellowship, after the service, for refreshments and fellowship. That's an important part of getting to know each other. And it's really a nice way to end the week or start the week, however you want to look at it. A special thanks for our kitchen team for setting this up and taking it down. And we also want to acknowledge all the volunteers, from the ushers to the folks back there doing the broadcasting on the live stream and recording for us, and the musicians. And Ed, thank you for sharing your thoughts on freedom. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Good. Yeah. Now I invite you to stand and join me in saying the prayer for protection as an I am statement. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. And together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Okay. All right. All right, let's remain standing as we feel the power of the presence of God moving in and through us, as we start our week off by singing, I Got the Power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. Come on! I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power to make all my dreams come true. I got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I got the power to be anything I want. I got the power inside of me. I got the power inside of me. Come on! I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. All right. Thank you for joining us here at Unity Church for Creative Living in St. John's, Florida. Claim your power.